Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Den with D2 Destinations, and today we're going to take a little ride over to OCC Roadhouse. That's the Orange County Choppers. The fame of Paul Tuttle building all of those custom motorcycles over the years. He has a museum attached to the restaurant over there that shows a lot of the custom bikes that he and Paul Jr. built over the years until their fallout. But he still is involved in the OCC Roadhouse over here in Clearwater, Florida. And they have some live bands today and a bunch of vendors and most likely a bunch of pretty people and some fun. So come along, we're going to ride down there and see what's going on. We're going to cross over the Gandy Bridge, see the beautiful waters of Tampa Bay on the way. So should be a great trip. It's a really nice day out today, in the low 80s, maybe around 82 or so, and kind of sunny. Actually, it's 85. So here we go. There's a little bit of a breeze, so once you're underway, it's a lot more tolerable than sitting at the red lights. So that's why I like going across the Gandy Bridge as well. It's a nice long stretch of beautiful water and cool breezes. So here we go on the Gandy Bridge. St. Pete is way over there on the horizon, those tall buildings, if you can see that. The Gandy Bridge takes us from Hillsborough County over to Pinellas County. Clearwater is where we're going, the home of the Orange County Choppers. And I just wanted to address a couple of comments I got recently on some of the other videos, and one of them was encouraging young guys to ride a Goldwing. And somebody got on there and said, "You're an idiot. Why would you tell people as their first bike to ride a Goldwing?" And I was like, that's not what I said. I said after you have experience and you're good on the sport bikes and you're good on the cruisers and you've had some experience under your belt, when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, which I consider young guys, you should ride a Goldwing. The comfort is just unbelievable. We're sitting here just cruising along, and I've got the cruise control on for this short duration of the bridge here. But yeah, no, a Goldwing is not, absolutely not a bike for beginners. There's a difference between young riders and, beginners. There's no way I would ever recommend any young rider, I don't care if you've been riding dirt bikes forever and a day, going directly from 125 dirt bike to a Goldwing. No, that's probably not a good idea. You need to have some road miles under your belt before you get onto a Goldwing. But my point is, the young guys need to experience what the Goldwing can provide as far as speed and comfort and long range touring capability. The vibrations will not loosen your fillings in your teeth. It's not gonna over stress you in time, and instead of only going maybe a couple hours on bike that's going to shake you apart, or in a sport bike position that's highly uncomfortable for long range, they should really try a Goldwing. All right, so that was the Gandy Bridge, and now up here on the left is the beach area, where a lot of people don't like to go all the way out to the Gulf waters. This is Tampa Bay right here, so they just come here with their cars over to the beach on the left. You'll see a lot of cars parked up in there, and they just spend the day there. Bring your kayaks, you can launch over there. You can see there's a few tents, but boy, there's a ton of cars in there today. So that's one way to get to the beach if you are close to West Tampa and you want to see the waters and have some sand in your toes. That's a good way to do it. All right, we're on our way up there, and before we get to Orange County Choppers, right before we get there, on the left-hand side, you'll see Quaker Steak and Lube, and they have that car show every Thursday night. So I just did a video on that. If you want to see some amazing cars, check out that video. But Orange County Choppers is literally like 200 yards up the road on the right-hand side from Quaker Steak and Lube. And Orange County Choppers is building directly next to Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson. If you're in the market for a Harley Davidson, that's a great place to go. You can do your shopping for the Harley. If you get hungry, you walk right over to Orange County Choppers and get a drink, have some food, and a lot of times they'll have live music out there. They have a terrific stage for the bands to perform on, and we'll show you that here in a minute. And here we go on the exit to 49th Street, which is the location of both Quaker Steak and Lube and Orange County Choppers. You can always tell where it is. You see that big American flag over there to the right? Let's see, let's look this way for you. That's where it is, right there. And just past this light, you'll see on the left-hand side right there is Quaker Steak and Lube. And doesn't look like they have a whole lot of action going on today, but a Wednesday night or a Thursday night, that's the place. Now on the right, you'll see Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson, and looks like there's a lot of cars here today, so people are coming out just for the music, but motorcycle parking is usually in the back, so we're going to venture back there and see if we can't get a spot. And there you see Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson. Right here on the left is Orange County Choppers Roadhouse. All the vendors are set up, music is cranking, and oh boy, where are we supposed to park? I guess we'll back in right over here. Get this backed in here right behind them all, so we're not in anybody else's way. There we are. All right, so here's what I was talking about. We are right in front of Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson, and you can shop all day in there if you want to. And once you get a little hungry, or you feel like just grabbing a drink, come on over this way, and we can go right into Orange County Choppers. It's that simple. All right, we're gonna cruise over inside of Orange County Choppers, and you'll see some of the bikes from the old custom show, and an area where we can get a bite to eat. Of course, if you want any of the memorabilia from Orange County Choppers, you'll find it right here. They have quite the assortment of t-shirts and hats and riding gear. But here's the start of some of the custom bikes that they have. You might remember this one, Freedom, the National Memorial of Fallen Heroes. And there's Paul Tuttle actually on the TV talking about some of these bikes that he's created over the years. But if you've never seen these things in person, you just can't imagine. They are long. This bike's got to be 12 feet long, along with that wheelie bar. It's pretty amazing. We'll continue on over here for some of the other memorabilia. Here's the POW MIA, and then of course we've got the famous firefighter bike, the fire department. The spiderweb bike, and just an old school style chopper. How cool is that? And then of course all of the pictures of Paul and Paul Jr. and the whole team over the years. And then out back we have the bar out here, and this is the big stage I was telling you about. Bands are starting over here. What a terrific day. But the stage is all indoors, so it's great. And we have just a terrific indoor facility with these huge fans going up here. You got one band right here on this stage, just tearing down, and then they've got another band ready to go on the main stage. But as you can see, this place is enormous, and later tonight they have a more popular band, I guess, that's coming. So you can also play a game of pool while you're out here, watch any of the major television events going on with some of the big screens that they have up there. And they even have the Roadhouse bull today. So if you want to practice your bull riding, you can do that as well. Okay, here we are back out in the bar area with the band kicking over there in the back. Play a little pool if you want to. It's getting a little more crowded. We're going to go see some of the vendor area. And you can see in the far side over there, band's up on the stage. Pretty darn cool. Certainly do have an incredible number of vendors out here as well. Of course, I just went inside and had some of their buffalo chicken wings, which are really, really good. And from a guy who's originally from Buffalo, that's saying a lot. The wings were really good. They serve them with blue cheese, and of course, you can also get a side of celery and carrots, which a lot of places in Tampa, they don't know that you're supposed to serve chicken wings with at least celery. But OCC, they'll go ahead and give you some celery and carrots. And here we have Taste of Louisiana with delicious catfish and gumbo. Okay, over here in Bike Row in front of Bert's Barracuda. Wow, look at this. That's amazing. Look at that gold wing. Holy cow, I wonder who the owner of that is. Oh yeah, that's mine. So anyways, but yeah, this is absolutely a Harley Davidson kind of hangout, but you will find some other gold wings and other makes here during special events that they have, including the Christmas ride, where it's a charity ride to Toys for Tots. So the big American flag out here, and of course the big one up there. We're gonna check this out for you real quick. Now, of course, if you want to win a Harley Davidson, you can go ahead and enter the contest to win this Harley Davidson. They have several more out front here, and because this is Sunday, just so you know, the shop itself is actually closed. But if you're over here on a Saturday or whatever, they'll be glad to take care of you. But they do have a few right out front here that you can take a look at while you're here. A 117, a 114, 1200 Sportster, and hey, look at that, even a trike. Pretty cool. All right, and for you Corvette guys, we also have one of the original Indianapolis Motor Speedway limited edition pace cars out front here. These cars are nowhere near as fast as the C8s, of course, but back in the day, this was one of the cars to have. Pace car edition, Harley Davidson, not a bad mix. All right, to look at the other side of this motorcycle that you can win, it's a brand new 2025 Harley Davidson with a 114 engine in there. Pretty cool. I really appreciate you guys coming along today, seeing what's going on over here at OCC and Bert's Barracuda Harley Davidson. Now we're going to get back on the bike and head down the road and see what else we can find today. But it really means a lot to me and the channel, and it's great having you guys along, and we really want to thank you, let you know we really appreciate you subscribing and watching the channel each week. We try to put out some good content. If you need to know how to change the oil on your Goldwing, or how to change a battery, or some of the other idiosyncrasies of a Goldwing, go ahead and check out some of the other videos. It's a lot of information out there that we're glad to bring to you, and keep the questions coming. I try to answer all the questions I can in the comments, so let me know if you have any questions about today's event, and I'll address those as well. So let's get back on the bike and go for a ride. And here's the trusty steed. This is a 2002 Honda Goldwing, and I just absolutely love this bike. And I think you guys know that by now, but it's really a lot of fun to ride. You can come out to events like this. Other motorcyclists are here. Everybody's friendly. It's really a good vibe here at OCC. Okay, so that's a little bit of the action to see here at OCC. Now we're gonna head back out for a little ride on this gorgeous day in Florida. And look at that bull go now. Oh, I think there he goes. He's down. Back out to 49th Street here. We got clear to the right, so here we go. Double check. And yeah, that'll work. And not too far down the road, there it is. Quaker Steak and Lube. Not real busy today, of course, but Wednesday or Thursday nights, that place is packed. And if you guys have any questions regarding the Goldwing, put them in the comments below. I will try to answer any of these questions to the very best of my ability. And if not, I'll reach out to our Goldwing community that is absolutely fantastic. On Facebook, there are several Goldwing pages, I should say, that you can join, and there is just a lot of good information about the Goldwing community, and everything from repairs to which Goldwing they think might be the best for certain budgets or years or whatever. But there's always a lot of good information on there, and new people are joining all the time. The Goldwing community is alive and well and building. People are buying Goldwings every single day. I know that because I see it in the comments of my videos, and they're like, hey, I just got this new bike. What about this or what about that? So I'm glad to help out in any way I can. So keep the questions coming, but I really enjoy riding the bike and showing you guys different things that are available here, certainly in the Florida area where I live, just in South Tampa and the surrounding area. We have some beautiful roads, beautiful beaches, and you can see that in some of my other videos that are not Goldwing specific. There's different destinations out there where we go out to Indian Shores and the racetracks down to Bradenton and see Cletus McFarland and his crew. So check out all the other videos on the channel. I'm sure you'll find something out there you like. The car shows, some guys really love those, and other people they really don't care. So there's something for everybody. So stay tuned, there's more coming. All right, an update on the temperature. It is now 87 degrees, and sitting at the red light can get a little toasty, so we need to get underway here. Got the vent open in the front. That provides a nice cool breeze. My helmet has a vent in the top. That's open. We get enough airflow coming through to keep us relatively cool. And we're heading back on the Gandy. You'll see the beautiful waters of Tampa Bay again, as well as the beach on the right-hand side. Show you that. And we have a Wawa down here. The Wawas tend to have cheaper gas prices than some of the other stations around. And this time of year, believe it or not, in Florida, the time's coming where it's going to be difficult to ride when it's, mid-90s or higher and the humidity is through the roof. So what I'll do is put a little of the non-ethanol fuel in the bike, because I don't ride it quite as often in basically July and August. So we're coming up on that, but continue to run regular 87 in the interim. lot of guys are asking questions about the fuel, and 87 is really all you need. You're not going to get a lot of performance above and beyond what the engine can do just by putting a higher octane in there. You're kind of just, you know, wasting your money, if you will. But the non-ethanol, that's another story. For you guys up north, when you're storing it in the wintertime, you might want to consider putting non-ethanol in there. It keeps the fuel system a little cleaner. And that's what I do in the summer, because summertime's when I don't ride as much. But every day I can get out, I get out and just enjoy the ride. Here we are, back on the Gandy and the beach on the south side of the road over here. Still plenty of cars, tents out here, people enjoying the waters right behind those mangroves. They'll stay pretty much all day out here, sometimes well into after the sun sets. I'm going to go around this guy here real quick. But as you can see, there's a lot of cars out here enjoying the day, trying to keep cool in the waters of Tampa Bay. Some beautiful scenery and great weather in the Tampa Bay area. Blue waters. Last weekend we were out on the boat and had a terrific time going up the intercoastal with some friends over in Pinellas County. That's really a fun time. So if you're ever in the Tampa Bay area and you get a chance to get on a boat and go up the intercoastal, you're going to find dolphin swimming right behind the boat or right in front of you. You're almost guaranteed to see dolphin. And that's always a highlight for our out-of-town guests that haven't experienced that before. And this is the Gandy Bridge we're coming on right here. This is known to be one of the street racing drag strips during the week, late at night, about 3 a.m. or so. I've heard they hold drag races out here. I've never seen that myself personally, but you can see it's just a long stretch of a highway that comes out over the water. We're exiting out of Pinellas County, heading over to Hillsborough County, and that's where Tampa proper is. Clearwater is in Pinellas County, if you're not familiar with that. We're going to scoot by this guy. And this is the area where the kids race their cars. And you can see it's relatively flat and straight, and there's a bridge up here and then about another half mile. And it's at that bridge where they'll use the finish line, because once you crest that bridge, on the other side there are areas where the cops can hang out and hit you with their radar. So the finish line, I believe, for most of those races is coming up to right about here. And then they let off the gas, slow down, and as you go up the hill here, it helps with the deceleration, especially with some of the speeds that these kids are racing at these days. I do not condone it at all. I'm just reporting what I've heard happens out here. And then coming down this side, if you can see the signs up there on the far right hand side, that's where the radar guns hang out, whether it's a motorcycle cop or a regular cruiser. That's the place. Fine restaurants right out here. If you can see over there to the right, that restaurant, you can just drive up there by boat. There are a couple on that area of land that specialize in beach style music, Caribbean style music. That's the Salt Shack that we just saw right there. There's also Hula Bay, which is down that way. And if you're looking for a bite to eat on this side with a water view, those two restaurants are a fantastic place to enjoy a sunset. We are heading south on West Shore, and we take a right here on West Tyson. West Tyson, for the most part, used to be just an industrial area, but as you can see, there are incredible condominiums going up, and some have already been built here on the right-hand side. This community is really building up nicely. They have some really cool little shops and things down that road, and one restaurant in particular. But as we come up here to the left, you'll see this large building on the left-hand side that is actually a dry dock for your boat. So you can rent a space up in the dry dock, and when it's time to go, you just go ahead and call them and say, hey, put my boat in the water. Show up and take it right out. And there's another motorcycle rider. Yes, sir. Out for a nice Sunday afternoon. Over here to the left, you'll see the marina, and Hula Bay restaurant is right there on the water. But we're going to continue on up here on the right. There's still more and more condos and townhouses under construction, as you can see in the distance right there. But if you're looking to move to Tampa Bay, this area is growing like crazy. So come on down. You're welcome to view any of these apartments and things that they have for sale at pretty much all times. So, and if you don't know, that's one of the things I've switched over to recently into real estate and architectural photography. We are open, so it says. Okay, you have to go the other way. Really? Okay. This is something I was not aware of. If you come into the entrance over there, Salt Shack, temporary parking. All right, normally it's not like this, guys, but if you're coming down here and you want to go to the Salt Shack restaurant, this is their temporary parking area. The Salt Shack is open, but you may get your vehicle dirty coming into the parking lot. Wow. The sunsets out here are just fabulous. The drinks are cold. The food is decent. I've been here a couple times where the service was a little slow, but this is just because they were absolutely slammed. So this is one area you may want to come out to if you're visiting in town, or if you live here and you didn't know this, hey, yeah, they're still open. Oh, and check this out. They've got a old 930 Porsche sitting right out front here. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to walk up there real quick. But I just wanted you guys to be able to see, this is the vibe that you have going on with the Salt Shack right on the water. And when the sun sets, you can just imagine how pretty that is. All right, so you got to see this Porsche 911 930 version turbo. That is tremendous. It's about somewhere between an 86 to an 88. I actually had an 88 Signature Edition, not the turbo version, back in the day. But this is a great alternative right here. Hey, look at this. A Goldwing. Why don't we get on this and take a ride? Well, that was entertaining. And now you can see it's this way to the temporary exit to Tyson. This restaurant is worth it, even if you have to put up with this temporary parking issue that they have going on here. Should have seen that at first by this gentleman out here sitting by the "Welcome, we're open" sign. All right, so right down the street as we exit here will be the entrance to Hula Bay. And that's another great restaurant. The thing about Hula Bay, and the nice thing is, what's really cool is it's right on a marina, so you can watch not only the sunset, but see some fantastic boats out there. And the entrance to the marina area with Hula Bay is coming up right here on the right. So let's just go up in here. You see the sign there, waterfront restaurant for Hula Bay. And there is some parking in here. That's marina parking on the left. You're supposed to have a pass for that, but most of it's going to be valet parking. We're just going to stop right up here. And Duke's is the island bar that's right over here on the right-hand side. Duke's is really, really a cool place. I'll show that to you real quick. I'm just going to leave the bike right here for a minute. The right-hand side down here, which I enjoy, has a stage. It's called Duke's. It's for retired surfers. It's an island bar theme. They have bands here every so often. But the nice part is, you can see, yeah, there's a band over there right now. The bar's right here. And right out here, they have tables that you can just sit here and enjoy a waterfront view all the way from the left to the right. The marina's over there. And it's really a cool place to hang out. As you can see, you have a little Audi R8 parked out front here. And you can get your photo taken if you want. But we'll walk up here real quick and I'll show you Hula Bay's restaurant. And that way, when you're coming into town, or if you're here and you see this video, you can decide what way you want to roll while you're out here on the water having a nice meal. Here's the marina I was telling you about. There's the high rise where they store all the boats. And out here, you don't have the live music, but you do have an outdoor bar, and you can see there's plenty of tables to be had. So we're gonna walk through the interior right here. I'll show this to you real quick, so you can sit inside in the air conditioning, have a drink if you want. But if you really want to enjoy the vibe, you should be outdoors. So we'll head right back out and I'll show you the sunshine again. Oh, and not to be outdone, of course, now we've got a Bentley being parked right next to the Audi R8. But hey, you know what? I kind of like this ride right over here. Check this out. That's a Honda Goldwing. That'll get you where you're going. So let's get back on the bike, continue our ride. So there you have it. A few great restaurants to grab a bite to eat and see some amazing vehicles, boats, water. You've got, of course, OCC, Quaker Steak and Lube, the Salt Shack,
Hula Bay,
and Duke's with the live band. And out of all of those, Duke's is actually my favorite that's closest to the house. So the food's decent. They have some really, really good coconut shrimp and a few other items that I'm sure you'll enjoy. But it's a really great atmosphere. If you're out on a date or whatever, it's a nice place to be. All right, guys, as always, thank you for coming along today. It was great talking with you about the Gold Wing and different restaurants available here in the Tampa Bay area. We'll continue to bring you really good content. Leave some comments down below if you have any questions whatsoever, either about the restaurants or Gold Wing riding in general. Remember to check out the other videos. There's a lot of information on the channel about maintaining the Gold Wing and accessories for the Gold Wing and some of the idiosyncrasies of riding the ultimate touring machine. So we appreciate you coming along, and ride safe, ride often, and we'll see you next time on D2 Destinations.
Please remember to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.